Hello everybody, today our lesson is weightlifting. It is lesson number 3 according to our syllabus. Let's start. So as you see, it's weightlifting or sometimes it's called powerlifting. Let's start from the vocabulary. To build up, ucaltmak, tikip kaldırmak, inkişaf ettirmek, yani beden inkişaf ettirmek burada. Weight, çeki, ağırlık. To lift, kaldırmak, barbell, ştanga, stretch, dartmak, until, daktek, snatch bir şeyden belki yapışmak, tutmak, clean tamamıyla burada temiz, gök, itelemek, movement, hareket, over üstünden down, floor, döşeme, pull, çekmek, dartmak, length, uzunluk. Let's read once more without translation. So, to build up, weight, to lift, bubble, stretch, until, snatch, clean, jack, movement, over, floor, pull, length. So, weightlifting. Weightlifting is one of the best ways to build up a man's body. The history of weightlifting as a modern sport began in the end of the 19th century. The first weightlifting championship in which all countries could take part was held in London in 1891. 5 years later, weightlifting became part of the first Olympic Games. The International Weightlifting Federation was formed in 1920. In weightlifting, all sportsmen are divided into 10 categories by their body weight. The object is to lift a barbell on straight arms and hold it until the signal is given. There are two styles of lifting: two-hand snatch, two-hand clean and jerk. In the two-hand snatch, the barbell is lifted in one movement from the floor over the head. In the two-hand clean and jerk, the barbell is pulled in one clean movement to the shoulders. After that, is jerked over the head at arm's length. What do you know about Azerbaijani male weightlifters? Let's see. So the first one is Nizami Pashayev. He won 2 World Weightlifting Championships titles and 1 European Weightlifting Championships title. Afgan Bayramov. He competed for Azerbaijan at the 2008 Summer Olympics, where he finished 7th, and the 2012 Summer Olympics. Let's answer the question. So the first one. When did the history of weightlifting begin? Let's refer to our topic. So, the history of weightlifting as a modern sport began in the end of the 19th century. So, start in the end of the 19th century. The second one. When and where was the first weightlifting championship held? The first World Championships. So, the first weightlifting championships in which all countries could take part was held in London in 1891. So, in London in 1891. The third one. When did weightlifting become the part of the Olympic Games? Five years later, weightlifting became part of the first Olympic Games. So let's see, if the first weightlifting championship was in 1891 and 5 years later it became Olympic sport, so it in 1896, 5 years later. The next question. When was the International Weightlifting Federation formed? Let's see. So, the International Weightlifting Federation was formed in 1920. And the last question, name the styles of weightlifting. So, how sportsmen lift the barbell. There are two styles of lifting, two hands snatch, two hands clean and jack. Make up sentence. It's the next exercise. So we have is one weightlifting of ways best the a man's body to build up. Let's start with the weightlifting. Weightlifting is one of the best ways to build up a man's body. The second one, weightlifting later years became of the first 5 Park Games Olympic. So let's start with the 5. 5 years later, weightlifting became part of the first Olympic Games. Number 3. Two their styles are lifting off. There are two styles of lifting. Number 4. That it is after overjack the head, arms at length. We start with after. After that, it is jacked over the head at arm's length. Number 5. The history began there in of weightlifting 19th century. The history of weightlifting began in the 19th century. We can check. Let's see. So, the first one. Weightlifting is one of the best ways to build up a man's body. 5 years later, weightlifting became part of the first Olympic Games. There are two styles of lifting. After that, it jacked over the head at arm's length. The history of weightlifting began in the 19th century. Fill the gaps. Our next exercise. In weightlifting, all sportsmen are divided into 10 categories. So we add are divided 10 in the gaps. The object is to lift a barbell on stretched arms. So it's object and a barbell we add. In two-hand snatch, the barbell is lifted in one clean movement from the floor over the head. So we add in here two-hand snatch, clean movement over head. The barbell is lifted in one movement to his shoulder. The barbell is pulled in one movement to his shoulder. There are two styles of lifting. One, let's see the answer. Two hands snatch and two hands clean and jack. So here we add like in there two hands snatch. Here is two hands snatch and two hands clean. Clean and jack. Two hands clean and jack. Now let's check what have we had there. In weightlifting, all sportsmen are divided into 10 categories. So we add are divided and 10. It's correct. The object is to lift a barbell on stretched arms. It's correct. Object and a barbell. The third one. In two-hand snatch, the barbell is lifted in one movement from the floor over the head. It's correct. Two-hand snatch, one movement and the head. The barbell, here we said it's it's pulled. So this sentence, in this sentence, the gap is filled with the word pulled. So the barbell is pulled in one clean movement, it's correct, to his shoulder. And the last one, there are two styles of lifting: two hand snatch and two hands clean and jack. In two hand snatch, the barbell is lifted in one movement from the floor to the head. In two hands clean and jack, it first is pulled in clean movement to his shoulder, and after that it is pulled on the stretched arms. Okay, so it's correct. The history of weightlifting began when? In 19th century. Let's check. Okay, it's correct. The first weightlifting championship took place in London. Let's check. Okay, in London, 2012. The International Weightlifting Federation was formed in 1920. Let us check. 1920. In weightlifting, all sportsmen are divided into 10 categories. 10 categories. So, the object is to lift a barbell. C. To lift a barbell. Let's do the last task. Read the dialogue and act it out. So, what is the dialogue? Are you all familiar with weightlifting? I should think I am. I'd like to know what you gain by it. Oh, it gives you a lot. It develops coordination, balance, speed, the blood circulation. Are you heavyweight lifter? No, I'm not. I'm a light weightlifter. I am sure you will win in your weight. I wish you would come to the competition next Monday. So this is the dialogue. Thanks for attention. I recommend you to learn the sport terms from the new word list and to read and translate using these terms the topic that is given to you called weightlifting. You can use dictionary if you need. Thanks.